about Patriots backup quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, because the sample size is small, but he played well. How much more of a sure thing is he than these untested quarterbacks in the draft?
Well, at least you have NFL film to watch. I mean, this Trubisky guy, a limited number of starts. I mean, you're really still gambling sometimes when you're reaching for a quarterback. I call it reaching for a quarterback in the first round. You'd rather reach for a quarterback than build your team, because these head coaches, they only have a couple years sometimes to get a quarterback in, so they try to develop a kid that's the hot commodity coming out in the draft, and there it is. But Garoppolo is one where you have a proven commodity, you've seen it, and the Patriots, they're ready to trade this guy. You come with a good offer, and then New England is going to move him. I think it should be a first-round pick. That's the way it is for quarterbacks nowadays. Would I use it on a defensive player? Yeah, I'd use it on a defensive player.
Well, of course you would. We know that.
But, taking Garoppolo, but because they also feel strongly about Jacoby Brissett.
Right, and he's there.
They used a third-round pick on Jacoby, so they have him there. They have the same coaching staff there. Josh McDaniels is there to develop a young Jacoby Brissett, while Tom Brady is still there. So absolutely, Garoppolo is someone you can use to build your team in other places.
Tom, as you look at some of those teams toward the top of the draft, how much do you think they'd be willing to give up for a Garoppolo?
That's the $64 million question. I consistently use the real estate analogy. Your home, if you put it on the market, is worth whatever somebody's willing to pay you. And maybe the appraisal on Jimmy Garoppolo is a 2 and change. I think that would be fair value. But I think because it's a weak quarterback class in the upcoming draft, and because there are so many teams that need quarterbacks, I'd be shocked if there wasn't a team that offered Bill Belichick a 1. If there wasn't a team that stepped forward and said, we want Jimmy, and this is what we'll give, and this is a first-round pick, I'd be very, very surprised. The question is, does Bill want to trade him? And is that going to be enough?
Not only teams, but owners are desperate. Right. Yeah. Owners see the success of the Final Four last year in terms of Roethlisberger, Ryan, Rodgers, Brady, those quarterbacks. And owners are seeing that and saying, if I don't have one of these, I'm not going to get there. So that's where you get the first round sort of value.
And don't forget, he didn't come into the league as a free agent. I mean, in 2014, he was a second-round draft pick. And whatever he didn't know playing at a small school at Eastern Illinois, I think he learned a lot being in the meeting room with Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick.
How big of a benefit is that to learn under the tutelage of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick?
And also, I mean, as a quarterback, also being Josh McDaniels, and it being consistent. I mean, Josh has been there for multiple years now. It's this consistency of the same teacher, the same teaching progression from head coach to coordinator to starting quarterback. You're getting the information, and the knowledge is consistent to what they feel like you need in terms of your growth progression. So it's invaluable.
I think the future's bright for one Jimmy Garoppolo, wherever he ends up.
That we don't know, but we know.
Well, I think so, though.
Financially, the future is bright.
Exactly. Therein lies my point.